Hello guys! Today I'm going to be doing 2 illustrations for Huevember, so let's get into the video. I did the sketch off camera because it was quite boring. I was essentially just rubbing out and redrawing things for about an hour. And then I lightly rubbed out my sketch and lined it. This illustration is going to be done in all brown. So I lined it with a brown fine liner. I haven't been doing voiceovers lately because I haven't been feeling like talking. It's also really strange doing voiceovers because I'm literally talking to my laptop. But anyway, when I had finished doing the fine lining, I kept getting distracted while doing it because I was watching YouTube. I always watch YouTube or have like music or something in the background. I just cannot really draw when it's silent. I don't know why, but I always get really distracted. So yeah, that's why I keep stopping. Also to change my reference photos because I like flipping through different ones so I get different angles and like different ideas. It helps a lot. I can't remember which reference photos I used for this, but most likely if you look through my Pinterest board of reference photos, you'll find something or multiple ones that kind of look similar-ish. I get swatching. I can't remember which pencil made which colour, so I get swatching in the corner. So these are random lines are in the corner. I used only my pencils for this one. I have quite a lot of brown pencils actually. It's quite strange. But anyway, I don't normally use brown very much. I don't know why, but most of my illustrations are like bright blue and purple and bright screaming colours. And then I remembered that I hadn't actually properly rubbed out my sketch, so I had to do that. And then I went back to colouring. These trousers. I would actually quite like to have a pair of these kind of trousers. I like the look of them, but they probably look absolutely terrible on me. And then I put some pattern on the top. Actually, I do this a lot. Like, I have like a white top and I don't really like the way it looks, just being plain, so I put the same pattern on it. Or like something I draw, it looks quite plain, so I'll just put on this little kind of cross pattern on it. I don't know why. I need to look up some different patterns so I can use them. I then coloured in the background. The background was kind of last minute with my sketch. I didn't feel like actually drawing in a background, so instead I drew some shapes in the background and just left it. I do this so much because with a background you kind of need to plan it while you're doing the sketching, because otherwise it just looks like you've pasted a character in front of the background, which it looks like that, but I mean, at least it's not just completely plain. And then I put the date and I took some strange angles of my finished illustration and I was finished. Then I did another sketch. This sketch was inspired by a vintage advert for children's clothing. I know. But I just really liked it, and I was like, I think Ariane would look cute with that outfit and that kind of pose, so I went for it. Ariane is one of my original characters. She's an elf from a different land. Her story's not that clear because I haven't planned it out or written anything about it, but I know she's an elf and that's pretty much it. And like most of my characters, I really need to think of some more interesting clothing ideas, more like just better ideas for my characters, because they all seem very similar. Although I messed up with this hand so badly. I didn't properly sketch it out, so when I went over with the line art, it just kind of looks really bad. I messed up with fingers, had to redraw it, added a ring to make it look weird, and like, not to make it look weird, to make it look better, and it didn't work. It just looks really strange. And then put in some stars because I forgot to put in a background at all. So yeah. Also, I believe the colour that I was finally doing the line art with is electric blue from Stedler. Just in case anyone cared. I don't think you did, but you know now. Then I was finished and I rubbed it out. Apart from the hand, which is really annoying me, this illustration, it wasn't too bad. I then went in with my pencils. Now I wanted to do this entire illustration with pencils, but then when I had swatched out all my pencils and everything, I realised that I have a lot of blue pencils, like a lot of blue pencils, but they all are very similar shades. I have 2 dark ones that are different shades and 1 light one that is a different shade, and then all the rest look the same. And it was incredibly annoying, because when I did her skin and her hair, different colours, and then I didn't have a colour for the dress because they were the same shades and it looked like the skin shade. So I ended up off camera going in with one of my brush pens. But first, I tried shading it with pencils. I was going to leave it white, and I was like, it kind of needs some shading, so I went in with a bit of shading and it just looked really similar to her skin tone, so I went over with pen. This voiceover is actually going okay. Normally they're really awkward and I'm saying every 2 seconds. I mean, I am still saying every 2 seconds, but at least I know what to say. Well, kind of. I then coloured in the stars in the background with my blues. These are so streaky. I don't know how to stop like my colouring in pencils or my pens not making really streaky looking colouring in. That's not English anyway. When I'm doing large areas, even with my pencils and with my pens, even with my watercolours sometimes, it always looks so streaky when I fill in large areas. I really can't speak today. I don't know why. I mean, I guess if I like press harder and filled in like without lines, it wouldn't, but I'm quite lazy and I didn't want to do that. So yeah, then I was finished. Obviously I did the pen off camera. I think it looks okay except for the really streaky dress. But yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye!